Imagine a car, built for you, shaped around your necessities. Wouldn't a Barracuda answer them? If it beckoned for speed, would you answer it? Today, the redesigned Barracuda produces experiences, ones attainable to the masses, to you. With an impressive supercharged motor, the 1972 Phileas Barracuda 347. Adventurous people, a Barracuda people. Daring people, a Barracuda people. Built by us, for you. Phileas, the cars for those kinds of people.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Automation. Today, we are doing something different. We are, as you can see, looking at the Barracuda ST. Today, we're going to be making the first iteration of this car, all the way back in the 1970s. So, hope you guys enjoy today's episode. We're going to try and include a lot of the themes that this car carries at the moment. And yeah, let's go. Okay, I believe I've chosen the body that we're going to be working with today. It is reminiscent of an old muscle car. It's very interesting in the way the center line's flat. I like the droopiness of it, and I think it'll work well. Anyway, let's walk through this. We're going to be going with a steel panel material. Chassis design is going to be, I think, ladder, and then some corrosion-resistant steel. We're bougie. Then engine placement is obviously going to be front longitudinal. Front suspension is going to be... This is an interesting one. I could go double wishbone and be fancy, but I probably won't. Actually, out of these options, I think I might. I'll go double wishbone, and then in the rear, we're probably going to go with... We're not going to go with leaf springs. We could, but I feel like that would be a bit too dingy for the time. Semi-trailing arm is probably the most realistic, I would say. It's torsion beam. Oh, nah, torsion beam isn't that good. It would either be semi-trailing arm or the solid axle coil. Actually, you know what? I think actually no. We'll stick with the semi-trailing arm. I think that one's going to be good for us. Okay, let's go on to this. We're just going to be choosing this body today. Something simple. Actually, what would a two-door look like? I think I might just stick with a four-door. I kind of like the idea of a four-door. The two-door, it's a bit too slanted for me. Yeah, we'll stick with the four-door. Okay, please bear with me while I adjust the body. Okay, moving on to the drive type. It's going to be rear-wheel drive. For the engine, we will make a brand new one. Okay, this is going to be a V90 V8. It's going to be cast iron, and I'm wanting to go with a 5.7 liter square engine. Like this. That's good, 5.7, and it's square. Then we're going to be going with a pushrod 2-valve, and it's going to be iron performance. Then we are going to go with... We could go with forged internals, but we're going to go cast light, but we're going to go with a fancy harmonic dampener. Boost up the weight a bit. Going to keep this the same. We want to rev to like 5.5. Fuel system is going to be carbureted with a 4-barrel twin. It's going to be pretty outrageous, this engine. Fuel is going to be unleaded. It's going to be 95, and it's going to be a... maybe performance mid? Yeah, I like that. And then for exhaust, actually, maybe we're just going to go with standard mid. Yeah, that's good. Then for exhaust, we're going to be going with tubular mid. Then we're going to go dual with a 2-way catalytic converter and 2 mufflers. Okay, as you can see, the square body doesn't help with RPM limits. However, we can adjust this using the balancing mass. Doesn't change too much, but we can... Nah, it doesn't want to change it. Okay. Let's change it to 4.5. And see what it sounds like. way too quiet. Get rid of that exhaust. There we go. Nah, it needs to be higher revving. It's also incredibly quiet. I don't know why that is. Maybe they've dumbed it down a little bit. Interesting. Anyway, let's change the dynamic of the engine. I guess we'll abandon the square. So we'll go with 5.8 on the dot. What does that look like? 4 and 4.7. Still not the greatest. Let's lower this till we get to 5. And then increase this. Lower that. This is just a game. Okay. 5.7, we've got... It's really... Like, that is a ridiculous difference, but... I do want to rev to 5, and I don't want to change the internals from being cast. I'm not interested in putting anything forged. Also, for the aspiration, I know that the original was supercharged, but we're going to keep it naturally aspirated for this one. Okay, let's adjust the RPM limit to 5. See the stress goes up. We're going to up the profile and lower the springs and lifters. I'm going to keep it around 50. This in horsepower is upwards of 200, which is a bit insane. I feel like I want to smother it a little bit. How does 2-barrel look? Oh, I feel like a 4-barrel is what we need. Although a 2-barrel would be more realistic for what this is, because this is the standard, so it doesn't have to be anything too insane. Yeah, fuel-wise, we might go regular for the original, maybe, and then we'll tune it up to be 95. We're going to lower... Actually, let's look at the flow. Manifold, we're going to lower quite a bit to be more efficient on fuel. As you can see, that'll choke power quite a lot. Then for exhaust, how are we looking? We're almost exactly where we want to be, so I won't adjust it at all. How's heat? Heat's fine. How's header? Headers are nowhere near where they should be, so maybe I'll go with cast on these instead. We'll go with cast mids. We don't want cast low. That looks a little bit too silly. Adjust that to be around there. Okay, how's power looking now? It's down a bit more. We want to keep lowering that. It says it's fine on compression, which I believe. In terms of valves, I can't remember what changes valves. I think it's just the springs and lifters, maybe? No? Cam profile? Cam profile changes it. Okay, the cam profile is outrageously low, which gives us a good power curve. Honestly, I'm happy with that. And then we might just adjust everything else around it. Fuel is incredibly good in this thing. I'll keep it around there. Then... Yeah, we're really smothering this engine quite a lot. But I really do not need this amount of power. As you can see, it is insanely small, but it is a very efficient engine with still quite a lot of power, and it's got a really good power band. It's still making 148 kilowatts, which is almost 200, I think, horsepower. Let me look it up quickly. This is 200 horsepower, which is plenty for this. Still makes great amount of torque. Let's change the engine looks really quickly. That's our engine done. Okay. It's a pretty good looking engine, very efficient looking engine. Gearbox manual with a 4-speed. Then we're going to go with an open differential. Wheels, we are going to be going with radial, hard long lives. Actually, we might go mediums. We'll adjust all this later, but the wheels are already looking very small. That looks good. Brakes, we're going to be going with discs at the front and drums in the rear. I'm going to go 2-pot because we're fancy. Actually, drums were new, so discs were new, I might just go 1. Aerodynamics, we're going to be going nothing. Interior, we are going to be going with, this car is going to be luxurious, I think, so we're going to go with luxury with a premium, not an 8-track, but we will get a premium radio in there. Driver safety, we are going to go with, we are going to have power steering in this, as much as it might be a bit controversial. Springs, we are going to be going with progressive. We're not going to be going with hydro pneumatic. Then we're going to be going gas monotube and passive. Tune it to sport. Then we are going to start tuning. Okay, the gearing already is a bit happy. We're just going to put it to 217. Wheels are a bit interesting. What is it saying? It's got a lot of issues with brakes and the suspension, and the rear tires are apparently wide. But they're barely wide. Okay, so they're happy with the rears, so that means we should change the fronts around the rears. Okay, seems to be most happy with the square setup, which is fine by me. Brakes are nowhere near where they should be. They should be a bit higher, and a bit more on the comfort side. And I'll increase the airflow to roughly 50. That's usually where I'll have it. Still quite a lot of brake fade. So maybe we'll increase the size. Which does increase material costs, so we'll keep them down a little. How do they look in there? Do they look insanely big? Let's hide the wheels. Oh, the wheels have the brakes in them. Right, okay. I mean, not really. They look okay. I mean, the fronts do look a little bit big. I'll make them 295s and the rears can be like 245s. I might just whack that up to 100. How does it affect things? It doesn't affect it too much. And it does help a little. Although does it affect it that much? Let's see. No, not really. Okay, we'll have brake flow up to 100. Then I'll increase the front force to 120. That might get there. Yep. We'll lower you by 5. The demographics aren't the happiest with this car, but I like it. Aerodynamics, this is fine. Interior is going to be a 2+2. That is okay. Maybe I'll make it a bench in the back. Family Utility is loving this. Yeah, right. Okay, they're saying fuel availability is a really big issue. What are they saying about fuel? 91 is coming in and leaded's going out, so I need to go 91. They just have to suck it up. Okay. Or did I choose the wrong one? Did I accidentally choose leaded? Nope, unleaded. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Interior is fine. I'm not going to change anything about it. What about weight distribution? 58. Let's change this. Okay, this should be a bit more square. Does cost quite a lot, but oh well. And suspension, I think we're just going to make it normal in this one. We're not going to go for sport. You'll lower the ride height a little. Okay, great. I am going to quickly just adjust a couple of other things, such as the wheel poke. Going to increase that a little, same as this one. Okay, I think I'm happy with the wheel poke. Yeah, okay, I say let's go ahead and design this. Now, mind you, I am going to be spending quite a lot of time on this, so I think I'm going to double the usual time that I speed it up by to 8. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the montage. Okay, I figured I would give you a quick overview as to what I've done so far. So, on the front side, mind you, this is the ST. I have gotten a simplistic looking grille here, a little bit more sophisticated, same as these three lines here in the outer housing, and it's a single bulb with some fog lights at the bottom. I feel like this area is a bit empty, and I am interested in adding something. I know I'll add something for the sport model, but for the standard, I feel like there's no reason to add anything. I think the front looks pretty alright. Then we've got chrome trimming surrounding the entire vehicle, including a secondary line down here to accommodate for this side venting with the indicator. Then for the rear side, I'm sure you guys have been watching it. I have spent so long on this, it's not even funny. But I think it turned out so great. These classic cars were known for huge chrome bumpers that were just unrealistically big, and I think I represented that pretty well here. So I've got a 3-tier light system with the outer two being brake lights, as you can see. Then the innermost line, you have a tail light in the middle, accompanied by a reverse light on the inner side, and indicators on the outside. I think overall it turned out pretty great. I was debating on whether or not to include the inner line on all three, but I figured that it would be nice to have the inner line hugged by the other two. And if you can remember the original build, it had lights similar-ish to this, but not really. So I figured it was a nice homage to the original that we made a couple of weeks ago. Anyway, I'm going to continue this further by adding some more detail, some exhausts, an interior hopefully, and some handles and other such things. So, please continue enjoying the montage. I am back. I hope you all enjoyed that painfully long montage of me building this car. I've got a fully finished rear end, and not to mention a really good looking interior. I'm very happy about this. It's the most detail I've ever put into an interior to date. I'm very interested in making the needles work. I might look into that a little bit later on. But yeah, overall, that is that car done. Now, I am going to make a sport version. That'll be off camera, don't worry. And then we'll take it to BeamNG. So, see you soon. Hello everybody, and welcome to BeamNG Drive. As you can see, I have two cars in front of me at the moment. I have a sport variant of the car that we just built. I built it off camera. And here is the main one that we built today. I've got a couple of features that I'd love to show you around, and then we can hit the track. Okay, let's hop into it. First one we're going to be trying out today is the standard, of course, why wouldn't we? Let's start this thing up. .30 V8. Now, off camera, I spent a lot of time in the interior. I wanted to see if I could make things work. And I'm glad to say that I think I did. So as you can see, first of all, we have the steering wheel completely working. Same as the shifter, we can row through every single gear. Throttle works. The brake, as you can see, works down there as well. Same as the clutch when we start driving. The gauges also work, but they can be a little bit finicky. I've kind of given up on them, but anyway, let's give it a quick drive. So this is the standard model. It is made for a family. It still has quite a lot of power, but it isn't made to match the original that we made in the second episode. This one is to just match the era, as a lot of the muscle car groups, they were tended towards family and then they'd have a sport package. So that's why I have this one here. Works pretty well, I'm pretty happy with it. It sounds great, I love the V8. I love the design of it too, I'm pretty proud of everything. If we can go in the interior. This one is naturally aspirated. It's the one that we built in the episode. Anyway, there's the first one for you. I'm pretty proud of how this one turned out. It's got a full interior. And yeah. Anyway. Oh, and the handbrake works too. I forgot to mention that. Anyway, let's go on to the other one. Here is the second one for you. I have made this off camera. I've done a completely new front end. I've included some dual headlights, a new grille design. I've made it a different body style in general. It is a two-door sort of hatchback, but not really. It's just a slant back. On the rear here, I haven't changed much in the rear. I've removed the exhaust and I put it onto the side. I've also given it a nice little spoiler. I've also revamped the interior as well. As you can see, I've added a new steering wheel. I've added some new gauges here. And the interior honestly has mostly stayed the same. I've adjusted it for the new body style. And yeah, and it's also got an exposed hood there, as you can see. Anyway, why don't we give this one a listen. A lot louder, a lot beefier. I'm very happy with it. This one is supercharged, but I haven't quite got the boost gauge in the interior working. If we look in here, you can see the RPM gauge on the left, the speed gauge on the right, but it's a bit buggy. And of course, the H-pattern shifter works in this one as well. So does the handbrake. Anyway, why don't we get into driving? This one has a lot more horsepower. I can't remember exactly what the first one had, but this one has 300 kilowatts worth of horsepower. It is supercharged, just like the original that we built. That's a good start. Sounds a lot meaner, looks a lot meaner. I don't know if I based it off of a Barracuda, like a real-life Barracuda. I can't quite remember. As you can see, it's a bit harder to keep this one planted. This one really wants to dance. Anyway, into first person. As you can see, we got the RPM gauge on the left there. It's very satisfying to look at. And the speed gauge does work on the right-hand side there. Although, I don't think I got it exactly to read right, but that's okay. There you go. It's a pretty nice interior. I'm very, very happy with how it turned out, as you can see. And yeah. Why don't we take these both to the track and see how they compare? Okay, let's get into it. Wow, quick off the line! Holy. Okay, this thing... It's a bit of a boat. This is actually really slow. I mean, I guess it kind of matches, you know? Oh, come on. What the? Please, please! Okay. Oh, this thing is gonna be painful. Anyway. Come on. This thing is actually painful. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, come on. Okay, this is it's actually crazy. Okay, the brakes are something else in this thing. Holy shit. Okay, come on. It's cool, it's cool. Non-collision signs, you know, it's fine by me, I guess. Okay, this thing has zero chance of being anywhere near the other Barracuda, which was kind of the point of this thing, I guess. But I'm even questioning if this can beat the Micron. This feels like it's slower. Like, look at it. I just can't drive it for the life of me. I'm sure a better driver than me could probably get more out of this, but oh my god. The one-wheel peel on this thing is actually insane. I regret going on the grass. That was definitely my biggest mistake there. Come on. Seems like if I take the corner way too wide at the start, I'm just doomed. Like, there's no way of recovering from it. Like, that corner was good because I dug in early. Alright, let's see how I go through the gas station chicane over here. Okay, not too bad. I'm getting through it. Oh, come on. How did I manage that? Okay, come on, come on. A little bit faster, please. Oh my god, this was almost the same speed as the Micron. That's insane. If you guys remember from the episode that I recorded the Micron had an issue at the end. I kind of hit something. So I have a feeling if I didn't hit that particular thing in the gas station, the Micron might have been faster. Of course, it's a one and done kind of thing. I'm not going to do it again. But the disconnect is insane. I am nowhere near the Barracuda. I am a whole 30 seconds away. No, not 30, 40. God. That's terrible. Alright, anyway, let's try the sport version. Hopefully it's a bit faster than this. Okay, we are finally with the sport version. Please do not let me down. I thought it'd be a bit quicker than it was, but anyway, let's see. Okay, good start, good start. Okay, this thing has the exact same issues as the first one. Can't steer. Okay. 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 Oh, come on. Okay. Come on, please. I'm kind of tempted to reset this. It's not going as well as I'd hoped. Come on. Get on it, please. Okay, like minus the little hiccup we had at the start, it honestly, all up wasn't a bad lap. We were 5 seconds slower than the Micron SE-XY, which is a similar build to this one, I think. Although this thing has half the cylinders, but a lot more displacement. Important thing is we absolutely smashed the first Barracuda we made by a whole 20 seconds. And we're not too far off the original. This seems like a realistic time. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with that. Anyway, let's get into the drag runs. Okay, we are lined up at the drag strip, and we're going to test out, first of all, the original that we built. I don't have high hopes. It'll definitely be faster than the Micron, but I don't know, really. I guess we'll have to see. I mean, it's kicking, it's still going, like, it's doing okay. Let's see. Okay, let's see where we land. We're in 5th here. Sorry about all the other times on this. Okay, so we beat the Micron by a pretty good amount, honestly. Beat it by a whole 2.6, 2.7 seconds. The next closest is the Micron SE-XY, which is a whole 3 seconds faster than us. And then the Barracuda ST sitting at a 12.4. We're not quite there yet. Let's see where the Barracuda Grand Sport lands us. Okay, and now we have the big guns finally on the line. Hopefully this thing can get pretty close to the original that we built. I'm really holding out for hope. These old muscle cars tended to run pretty good quarter-mile times, so surely this one's gonna follow. Anyway, let's see what it does. It's very fast. I am feeling pretty good about this. Please beat the Micron, please. Oh, I think we... Did we? Oh, we didn't. We weren't even close. Oh my god. That's crazy. We're 8/10ths down on the Micron SE-XY. We're a whole second almost down on the Barracuda ST. At least we are a solid, what, 3 seconds faster? No, 2. 2.5, roughly. That's alright. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with that time. Fair enough. You know, it shouldn't be as fast as a modern car. But I was hoping for a bit more. That's alright. That's alright. Anyway. Next! You join me on something that I figured would be a bit of fun. We are on the automation test track, and we're doing an outer loop. It's an endurance-style race. I've never taken this track before. I have no idea what kind of corners are on it. And I'm going to see if I can drive one single lap around it, surviving without any prior knowledge, and see what time I get. Anyway, let's get straight into it. Then again, I've never done this before, so I really have no idea where I'm going. Oh my god, it's dirt. Oh, okay. That's a good start. Now, from the description, it said 7.8 kilometers, so that's a bit interesting. You know, why don't we do it in first person? That could be kind of fun. Oh, come on. Oh, come on, please, 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 please. Okay, that's the first little crash. It's just a bumper scuffle. I think we're okay. Now, I can't remember what video, but it was oh, why did I start talking? Ah! We're gonna keep going. On a previous video, somebody commented about making an MPV. I can't remember exactly what the comment is. Anyway, I have a feeling that's gonna be our next build. Another one which actually pertains to what we're doing at the moment, which is rally racing. This is my own thought, is making a rally car. That could be honestly pretty fun. I've also thought about some other ideas, just making a ute. That could be interesting. For those who aren't Australian, that is just a pickup truck. Is it snow? Oh, okay. This is gonna be tough. Oh, we're at a dam. This is kind of cool. Okay, this car, it's not driving straight. Oh, there's no grip on this. Oh my god. Okay. 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 This is worse than the gravel. This is way worse than the gravel. Hang on. Also, let me know what you think about the animations. I think it's pretty cool. It took me hours to get it working. I've got this issue, right, where the fixture numbers for the parts in automation don't line up for some odd reason. So even though I do the code correctly and then I put in the fixture number, it decides to make something else spin. That is what you saw in the last episode that I made where, oh, come on, where other things were just spinning for no reason. That was it. It was just bugging out. And I was slowly trying to figure it out. And then eventually I just gave up. For this car, I spent a lot more time on it and I managed to make it work. But that was after a lot of trial and error. I'm glad I made it, work. It's really cool being able to see the steering wheel spin and everything with my inputs. But oh, okay. Oh, come on. Oh my god, please. This car is struggling to turn. This car just isn't doing it at the moment. I've really screwed up the steering on the front left, I think. Ah! The thing is, I need to rip the e-brake to turn, but every time I do it, I just overcook it a little bit. I don't know what happened to my speedometer, but I think it bent out of shape a little. That's kind of funny. I don't know how that happened, but it happened. See? I just overcook it that little bit. Okay, come on. Even the gear shifter's out of whack. Man, that that one hit really did numbers on my car. Is it the finish? Why isn't my car steering? Why isn't my car steering? Please. Oh my god, please. Ah! Oh, no wonder my car's cooked. Look at it. Oh my god, come on. No wonder, look at this thing. That's cooked. See, that front right impact wasn't too bad, but that one on the left, you can see that my wheel is a little bent. And as much as it's only a little bent, that went a long way. Oh, same as my left, actually. Both of them are bent. They're bent inwards. Anyway, I think that was somewhat a success. I didn't view my time, but I think it was around 7 minutes something, so honestly, not bad. I'm sure in the future I will put some more cars against it. Anyway, I have one more thing to show off. Okay, this is a little extra part of the video that I'm making quickly, just to show off something that I did off camera that I figured could be nice to see. So, in order to prepare myself for this next video, I wanted to see how realistic I could make a car. So I spent a good maybe 3 or 4 hours after the recording of the original video just to make a very detailed Micron, just to see where I could place myself. So in front of us, you can see that to the right, this is the original that we built in the first video. And over to the left here is the remake. I've added some new rims, as you can see. I figured these were more time appropriate. I gave a little revamp to the rear. I added a more detailed exhaust. I changed the lights as well to be this sort of corrugated design. It was more period correct, I think. I made the trunk lid area for the license plate black. And I, of course, edited the interior quite a lot. That's really where most of the challenge was. I added a tow hook as well, but anyway. I also added some mud guards as well, which wasn't on the original, I do not believe. Anyway, as you can see, just ignore the fact that that's on the rear window for some reason. I have completely redone the rear end. I've added a little trunk space area, whereas on the original, I added a parcel shelf and called it a day. Anyway, bringing it around to the side, not much has really changed, honestly. Same as the front. I fixed up a little bit of the issues that I had, like the engine bay interior sticking out. Other than that, all of the interiors are on all the changes are on the inside. As we step inside, this is the original. As you can see, I didn't add a hood cowl, so you can just see the engine through the windshield. The interior, although a bit exaggerated, is still period correct. Very cheaply did the windowsills. The person placement is not correct. I'm going straight through the B pillar. And in the back, as you can see, the rear seat is clipping. You can see the exhaust. And there's no headliner whatsoever. I just pretended like that wasn't an issue, and I added some little bits and bobs. Anyway, on to the next one. This is the brand new interior. I added a hood cowl, and I touched up the interior right here, as you can see. So I added a new steering wheel, a new gauge cluster. I believe it works with the lights as well. As you can see, it lights up as well, which is pretty cool. I added a clock, hazard lights, new infotainment area, a new shifter as well, little coffee cup, a little handbrake as well, new pedals, cranks, bits for the door card. The door card's also 3D now. I didn't really fix the camera, just ignore that. Fully fledged headliner, as you can see, and I fully built the rest of the interior as well, including the B pillar and C pillar on the interior. The seats are now actually realistic. There is some seat belts as well, which is pretty cool. And yeah, so I'm very proud that I did all of this. I should really fix up the camera, and who knows, I might add what I did onto the muscle cars into here, which is all the moving parts. But for now, I'm incredibly happy where this stands. And yeah, please please let me know what you think. I'm very happy with building these, I guess, hyper-realistic builds. It's very entertaining. More so, I would like to speak about the capabilities of this game in regards to this stuff. You can make all of the gauges work. You can make them light up, although that's a bit tricky. You can make the steering wheel move. You can make the shifter move even. You can make this move up and down. Even the window stuff you can make move. You can literally do anything you want. It looks a bit ugly in automation, but it really works. So yeah, anyway, I figured you guys would just like to see this. Very happy with it. And yeah, I'm sure to do it in extra builds. Okay, now we're going to give a quick walk around. These cars are quote-unquote the equivalent. To the left we have the Barracuda that we built in the second episode. I'm very happy with it. It's got quite a few styling features that I tried to carry over to the original, such as these double hood vents. I integrated it on the original as well. The lights in the front end, not really. They're pretty unique, honestly. I mean, the indicators kind of stayed, somewhat, I guess. I didn't do anything with the side venting. Honestly, I should have. It would have been a nice thing to carry over. The interiors are completely different, of course. This one's more, they're period correct for each other. And the rear end, this is where I really tried to match them up. So for the rear here, we have 2 center lights here. And for this one, we have 3 just lines. They don't really, conjoin, but that's not really period correct. So I decided to do this instead of that. But overall, I believe that it's a pretty good, faithful recreation of a car in a different era. So overall, I'm very happy. I think it turned out very well. And yeah, this is where I'm going to be ending today's episode. I would like to thank you all so much for watching today's episode, and I hope you've really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed making this one. And yeah, I will see you all next time. Have a good night.